That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me. Wow, dude. It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television.
All right, there we go. and and with that, what's good? Like,
What's good? I'm still, processing all the wild shit. I'm still processing the fucking smack of the century at this point.
the smack her around the world. How's my audio? My audio still sounding all right?
Oh yeah, you're great. Y'all great.
All right, perfect. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Man, we're gonna get into it tonight. This is a special no strings attached. We coming on a Monday. We had to after this situation with Will, Jada, Chris Rock, the Oscars, everybody, man. We in here tonight, man. Y'all tap in with us, man. Tell somebody to tell somebody. Hold on. My OG in here. Artificial is in here. He said mans didn't
What's
get a
good,
round of
Artificial?
applause and the internet clown with me. Hey, we out here, man. The smack her around the world, man. I got a few questions for y'all tonight. We're talking Will Smith. We talking Chris Rock. That's all we're talking tonight. We'll get to the other stuff Wednesday. This is we staying here tonight. We got some people that's gonna tap in as well. Let me ask you first, though, before we get to anywhere, Lionel, what was your initial thoughts when you saw it? Did you think it was real when you first saw it?
I still actually wonder, like, if it was real. Like, I'm still processing, like, was this actually real? Kind of seems like, I don't know, it kind of seems like an action shot, and these are some really good actors that we're talking about here. So I'm like, I still am trying to figure out if that was an actual smack. Like, it just didn't seem like, I don't know, I've never seen somebody get smacked and it look like that. Typically, like, I don't know, just he didn't have enough stun for me. Chris Rock didn't have, he wasn't stunned enough. Then I feel like Will Smith was like kind of smiling, like skipping off stage, just like it just
When he
seemed
first
as
walks
though.
away.
Yeah, I'm like, where the fuck is the energy of like I just smacked the shit out of you behind? I don't know, but I'm still processing this to be honest. Like I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's Listen, I still have some reservations about how real it is or isn't, right?
Right.
Um, so I really don't know, to be 100% honest. I'm kind of on the fence with everything right now, right? With this whole thing, man. They got some slow mo online of it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Uh, in case you want to watch the slow mo, so that you can see the whole everything that happened. Hold on, let me bring that back. I just want to put this up on the screen. Um, but it's a lot that's happening in that though. It's a lot that's going on in this shot, bro. Hold on. I went too far. I'm on some whole other bullshit. There we go. Um, the crazy part is let's break it down bit by bit because I want to go through this tonight, Lionel.
Yeah.
Got your lady out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Long-term relationship, obviously. Me, same thing. Was the joke out of bounds?
You know, in today's climate, okay, potentially. But just in general, like I could see how that was like kind of like did it like it's okay. But apparently they were saying like no, this is deeper for her. Like she's already come out apparently and said something about how sensitive this is for her. But I don't know. I didn't feel like it was that deep either. But I'm telling you, it makes it seem as though PR stunt because it didn't seem that deep. I feel like the joke was sort of funny. I feel like he even laughed at the joke. But I
Yeah,
don't
well, he
know.
does initially, right? Initially,
Yeah,
Will's laughing at the joke, right?
right.
His initial response is that he's laughing. Um, and then he's not then he's not laughing. You know what
But
I'm
it's like
saying?
it looks great. It looks like oh way to come to the defense of like
He
your
is praying.
My bad. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, like when it comes to the defense of your alopecia, why? It looks great, especially given like what happened, the entanglement situation. So of course, seems like some Hollywood shit. Like we need to get our names back in good light, like lighting.
Do we think okay with the alopecia part? What percentage do you give it that Chris Rock actually knew that she suffers from alopecia?
I feel like that's like a 80% chance, 85% chance. I feel like he knew. I'm pretty sure he knew. Especially because I've never seen G.I. Jane, but if that character had alopecia too, then like
No,
I don't know, she
no,
did
she
it.
just shaved. She just shaved her hair in the movie.
Oh, okay. Oh, so that's not
Yeah,
even
so
so
that
sensitive.
it's
Yeah,
a lot of misconceptions about the joke. So let's go step by step. So that
yeah,
first of all, I think if you're under 35, you don't even get the fucking joke first and foremost, right? Because
right.
I ain't seen G.I. Jane alone. I was young as shit when G.I. Jane came out. So that's an old ass movie, number one. So the joke, because I guess for that particular room, they probably all know it. You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
the story of G.I. Jane is that I think if I remember correctly, that she's a woman that's trying to get into, she wants to be in the military. So she like shaves her head so that she can appear to be a boy. You know what I'm saying? To try to get in, try to enlist. Um, but it has nothing. It's not an alopecia joke. You know what I'm saying? Initially, it's just about a woman who cut her hair, right? And that's why I said this. Does he know? Right? Let me propose this. I want to put this on the screen.
Okay, that's valid.
Here's a question I have for you, Lionel. I'm putting this on the screen. Anybody who jumps in here, shout out to the chat. Y'all can jump in here. Here's my question tonight. Has our society outgrown comedians?
That is a good question.
What I mean by that is I see a lot of people out here giving a lot of, and that's fine. People giving props to Will about, how he decided to defend his wife and, so my question is, has our society outgrown comedians now, right? Um, because my thing is Chris Rock is a comedian. Yeah, he wasn't hosting, but he's up there presenting. He's a comedian, so he's gonna do jokes. You know what I'm saying? Any joke can potentially be offensive. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
That's
a
true.
goddamn joke. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how sensitive she is or isn't about her alopecia. You know what I'm saying? Um, Based on that, I'm waiting on Flavor Flav to slap a motherfucker now. People been calling Flavor Flav, making ugly jokes about Flavor Flav for 30, 40 goddamn years.
Hmm.
So does
It
he have
is.
some mental health?
I'm like, it is valid that you never know how. I guess like you never know how a joke makes someone feel. It's like other side of
That's
the joke.
facts.
But at the same time, like there's humor in it, so like it should be more light. You shouldn't take it as like they're not just saying, yo, bald headed ass should play this role, Jada. I didn't know that you was bald these days. Like this would be perfect for you now. Like that's really dry and just like damn. I'm like okay, but like there's humor in it and it's light and like that's sort of just an energy. Like humor is an energy of its own, and like now people are trying to clock that because I guess just they don't want to be at like the butt of it. But
Yeah,
who cares? Like sometimes you'll be the butt of the joke. Sometimes you're like on the other side and like you can think of
right.
something funny about somebody else and like it's okay. You shouldn't throw like you gonna throw balls now.
Yeah. And that's the thing is that now where do we go? That's what I'm saying. Where do we go from here now? So is it
Mhm.
that every time somebody hears a joke that they don't like, you dig? Like, are we because my only major concern in this is the energy that I'm getting from a lot of people is that Will would, listen, I'm not here to take sides. I just want to have the conversation. We'll continue the
Right.
conversation, I'm sure, on Wednesday as well. But I just want to have the conversation though, because uh he if okay, let's watch the clip again because initially he's laughing, right? When he says the initial joke, Will is actually laughing at first. That's why I thought this was set up because he's laughing. Then the camera goes over to Jada, and she frowns, right? So let's get back to this. Hold on, let's pull this up. Let's play it from here.
Is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
Okay, he's laughing. He just made the joke and he's laughing. You did? now Jada, her face is scrunched up, but he's laughing initially, right? Let's go.
That was a nice one. Okay.
That was
it. Uh-oh.
Okay, so then the energy changed, right? Yeah, uh-oh.
Richard.
Who is Richard? Like when he says, Richard.
So Richard, the Richard reference is that's the role that Will play, King Richard.
Okay, like King Richard.
That's Venus and Serena. So he was referring to him as Richard. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what he was nominated for, right?
I got you.
But this is why I thought this thing was staged, because this man stands there and with his somebody's approaching you, right? And this man stands there with his hands behind his mother effing back. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? Like he stands there with his hands. I don't know where you from. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where y'all from out there, man. But if I said something and somebody starts walking up to me and it may be a bad joke, I don't think I'm gonna stand there with my hands behind my back. And he got his face sticking out. Like it's very slappable at the moment. You feel me?
Like stand like this.
Right. You feel me? And then here's the part I think you're talking about is after Will slaps him, he kind of walks away with a bit of a smirk on his face. Mm-hmm. Will does.
Oh, wow.
He kind of has a little bit of a smirk on his face when he walks away. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I feel like even the smack looked like
smack the shit
out of him. I don't know.
That's not the way you would try to smack the shit out of somebody, right? The way he did it.
Yeah, it looked like an action like shot, like smack. Like this is how they expect Will Smith to smack. Being a Hollywood actor, like that whole was so like that should have been the sound effect,
like his form on the smack was weird, right? Like watch his form on the smack. He kind of like, okay, let's stop. Yeah, he doesn't even get it's like a quick like. Listen, if you're trying to really smack somebody, right? Especially because Will Smith is taller than Chris Rock. So you would think that he would be kind of smacking, like you smacking down, like trying to smack. And he kind of like, I don't know. It just looked weird. It just looked weird to me, man.
It did look weird to me as well, naturally.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I feel like there actually was like PR to gain here, like for him and Jada's sake. So like it's not so far fetched that they wouldn't even have orchestrated something like this on the night that he wins his like first Oscar too. Because that's like saying something. Look at the response. The people are like, "Oh, this is amazing!" Like, "Ah, I need a man like this." Ah, my man. Like that's how they're coming now. When they was looking at him like who the fool. I don't know if that was last year or the year before. They was like looking at him like who the fool, and like going out very sad with the entanglement in the August situation. That's why somebody said, okay, so in March, like you this angry in March, let's see how you come in August. Like, no, but facts for real.
Yeah, I mean, because like, even if him and his wife have an open relationship, what? This nigga wild. Even if he is having an open relationship with his wife, August still got disrespectful. August made a whole damn song. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, facts.
Yeah, I mean, August not only did he make a song, but then he called his wife by her middle name in the song.
Yeah, the song was named. Wasn't that the name of the song?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I'm like, yo, homie. You know what I'm saying?
And
like
that joke wasn't so bad at all, especially because I don't know where I've heard or I thought that Gian Jane had alopecia. So I was like, okay, that makes it a little more sensitive. But like now that I'm learning, she actually had no alopecia. It was just like truly like a shave your hair reference, and it's like come on. What the fuck?
it was a very dated joke. You know what I'm saying? But that was about it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like that's what my question is, and y'all jump in the chat. Has our society outgrown comedians? That's a true question that I have.
And then the people saying like, yeah, go slap him. Like this was not a thing to defend like your wife before. That's why I'm saying that's so weird. This energy, how people are like hip hooray. He could have had this energy like for real years ago. But like even just like talking about a whole another like Tupac, you could have been more like, hey. But whatever, we haven't seen none of this energy until it was just like truly a joke that seemed like innocent, and let that shit go. Not that
I
big of a
think
deal.
it would. I think he could have got his point across, and it could have not been as crass had he stayed in his seat and just been like, "All right, motherfucker." You know what I'm saying? Like, had he just like talked some shit back from his seat. You know what I'm saying? People have been like, "Oh shit," he would have
Or
still
you know
gotten a
what?
reaction.
You know me, I'm like, you gotta give them with the sarcasm, like humor. It's okay. Like
Mm-hmm.
so, when you win your fucking Oscar, like yeah,
Right,
you grab that hell, like yeah, GI Jane's for you, baby. Like,
right.
it's okay. Y'all like have the most amazing like after party and like night. Like like who? That's how like for me, that's how you win. Like bro, you already about to win this Oscar. Like at the end of the day, like you're thinking about my wife anyway. This is Hollywood, so the fact that you want her in your monologue, whatever, like she's a part of your entire get up. Like that's a look. Like I'm not too pressed about that. And then so I win my award, my first Oscar. And yeah, shout out.
This Steven, why does he? Steven said, Chris Rock deserved the bitch slap. Why? Let me ask you that. Why? Was it because of the joke? Right? Is it because of the joke? He deserved a bitch slap because if that's what you're saying, then my question is, has our society outgrown comedians? Then that's why I'm going with this. If you're
Hopefully
saying,
Chris Rock got insurance because he's just doing his job and he got slapped the fuck out of. So hopefully he got some insurance from the Oscars. Get a check.
but I'm just simply saying though, if we're at a point where people are saying that because of the joke he made, and again, a lot of people are assuming that he knew her medical situation. I think that's a pretty big assumption, right? Now, I know I didn't know, but I'm not in her business like that. Maybe they're in the same Hollywood circles. Maybe he knew. Maybe they told him and he forgot. It's stuff that people have told me that I forget about. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, oh shit, probably shouldn't have said that. You know what I'm saying? I forgot. You know what I'm saying? He probably just looked up, saw she had shaved her head off, and shaved her hair off, and was like, crack a quick joke and move on. You know what I mean? He was working the room. You dig? So,
Mm.
has our society, I don't want to say use the word sensitive, but have we gotten to a point to where if a comedian says something that you don't like, it's acceptable to go up there and smack the shit out of them? Because that's what we are now. Because that's what we are. Because everybody's applauding, like you said, a lot of people, a lot of women, a lot of black women. We'll get to that probably on Wednesday when we get the ladies on the show, because I do want to talk to black women about this. But a lot of black women are super applauding this, and that's fine. I don't got a problem with it, but they're really applauding this. You know what I'm saying? Um, which is, okay, that's fine.
Interesting, right?
Yeah, that's fine. But shit could go left. He walk up there to slap somebody because he made a joke. Now he, in the ER, is it still funny now? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Mm. And if there's nothing else like I'm learning these days, like some stuff like it's just not like it. Like for real, like if you have to fight, like then whatever. Like if you have to, like obviously there's like you defend your wife till death. But like this isn't something that you need to defend her from. Like she's sitting pretty as fuck at the Oscars front row. Like untouched, unharmed, unscavenged. So like I don't really get the whole defend. It was a
Yeah, he
joke.
didn't call her
It,
out of her name. He didn't touch her. You know what I'm saying? He didn't make any suggestive remarks. Those are the things that for me are grounds for I gotta put hands on you, right? If you
right.
call my lady out her name, if you touch her, if you make suggestive comments, now we got an issue, right?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, my camera. Hold on.
Yeah,
Hold
there's
on.
100 ways that he could have like truly got defended her, like defend her, and that's just like keep your fly.
Hold on. My camera went bad. Hold on.
Beyonce didn't even win the Grammy last night. He won the Grammy, and like you didn't have to slap somebody.
He won the Grammy. He still wasn't happy.
And he
You know.
was crying again. Well, there's just nothing wrong with crying. I'm just saying it's so funny how it ended up like still being like another crying meme coming from that.
Oh, right. Yeah, I mean, listen. Ultimately, what the hell's going on with my camera? There we go.
Oh,
Ultimately,
there you are.
ultimately, I believe that slap felt like a culmination, right? It felt like because you know what happens, right? When people have massive blow-ups, right? the blow up typically is on a person that really doesn't deserve it. You know what I'm saying? But it's such a culmination of stuff. And you know what? When it typically happens is,
That's so true.
yeah, people who are going through stuff like at work or wherever, they come home and they might have a blow up on their husband or have a blow up on their wife or on their partner. You know what I'm saying? So that the energy is misplaced. You know what I'm saying? It was just, now, something happened and now I'm just bringing all of this to you. And and you're wrong for doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's so true.
That was him being upset for what's been 2 years of memes and 2 years of, you know what I mean? He just had an interview 2 weeks ago where it was a lady was interviewing him and asked about the entanglement shit. And he was very defiant in that. He was like, yo, I don't know what you're talking about. Me and my wife know about everything with each other. You know what I'm saying? He was very like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is.
He's going through like right now. He's going through something these days. I remember I was watching like a vlog he was doing on YouTube, probably like sometime last year. And he was just like, I'm trying to like like my normal scheduled shit. Like it's just irritating, like being so like smiley and so like perfect. I'm trying to avoid like the Hollywood world basically. And he was like in the middle of a confessional talking about this. And I'm just like, wait, and this feels so like fixed in Hollywood. He just like got up and walked away and like quit the whole shit. Like, I feel like he's going through a very interesting time right now.
Yeah. Steven in the chat said Will Smith jokes all the time, but he took action because his lady is going through hair loss she can't prevent. Listen, I'm not saying she's not. There's a bunch of assumptions, though. One is that Chris Rock was fully aware, right? That's number one. Number two, if Chris Rock was aware and he still made the joke, he is a bit of an asshole for making that joke if he's aware and he made that joke. That's kind of fucked up, right? But even with that being said, listen, you went up and smacked the man.
And I'm the asshole police. I feel like that still would just be maybe insensitive, but that wouldn't be. That's like that wasn't harsh. He was like that was nice. Like I've heard people make jokes like at the Oscars. You know they be there. I don't know if y'all watch the Oscars because I don't. There's this viral right, but there's this viral moment from the Oscars a couple of years ago, like this Epstein shit was going down, and I don't remember that guy's name. Is it like James something, like a white comedian, but he was like hosting the Oscars and he was eating everybody the fuck up. Like you're a child molester, you're a sex trafficking, like, you probably gonna be doing coke after this. Like he was eating the fuck up, and like they just sat pretty and smiled. But like, and that was like it was like comedy, but he was truly like exposing their shit, like really clocking their shit. And so it's just like a matter of sit pretty. And he won the Oscar, so you totally could have made that about her. And you could have brought attention to alopecia, and you could have like you really could have won that moment for real. But
yeah, because there could be something, in her, especially as a woman going through, suffering from alopecia, to where maybe she does have some, image issues, right? Because of it, so that could be definitely a real thing. And like you said, they could have really, with that huge platform, just really brought awareness to it. You know what I'm saying? They could have had like, yo, we got a foundation, we got to do, we doing this, we doing that, people, so whatever he could have done. When you get up and put your hands on somebody, that changes I keep telling folks that changes the game when you put your hands on somebody.
Right.
Because just like they said, well, a lot of people are saying, well, Chris Rock has the freedom of speech, right, to say what he wants, but he can't judge how somebody's going to react to it. But that works both ways, right?
Well, that actually is how it goes, because you can go to you'll just end up in jail if you react.
That's an interesting point, the jail part, because did you see that LAPD was notified?
Mm-hmm.
And LAPD talked about that Chris Rock did not want to press charges.
I know, that's what makes me think interesting, because I was already thinking this kind of could have been a PR stunt. So who notified them? It could have been the Oscar fucking committee saying, hey, if you guys get some shit about this.
Yeah, I think they probably had to at least report it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's an assault. Don't get it fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a fucking assault. Let's not get it twisted. Can you imagine though? Because listen, I'm talking to. If
it was a rapper, they would have been backstage at his fucking shit at his show, resting his shit.
Right. Well, if it was
seriously, if they saw a rapper on like camera like assaulting somebody, they would be like, okay, like just like weren't they looking for the baby when he had that fight? Like they were like, what was going on? Oh, but maybe that guy was actually.
I feel like you low key disrespecting Will. So you saying Will's not a rapper, bro?
Well, he's totally. I mean, maybe he was a rapper. I don't know that person, my friend. I totally don't go looking for it.
You saying Will not a rapper, bro?
I don't know that person, man. I don't. What did Kiki Palmer say? I don't know that man. Who was that? I don't know who that man is.
You try to say that you don't know that, you know what I'm saying? Will Smith had a very successful rap career, big hits. But no, I'm with you. But listen, that's what I'm saying though. I want to talk specifically right now though about the black community in this, right?
Mhm.
Because that's what I want to talk to, right? There's a lot of layers with the black community. I want to go first to Tiffany Haddish because as a black woman, she made some comments, and I don't know if you've seen this, but let me read what she said. Tiffany Haddish said, "When I saw a black man stand up for his wife, that meant so much to me. And maybe the world might not like how it went down, but for me, it made me believe there are still men that love their women."
Still men that love him.
Yeah, that was Tiffany Haddish.
See, that's
She
what I'm saying. This is crazy. People be ready to draw like this false like hope on anything. I don't know what it's like. What like this is making me say, oh wow, there's still men that love your. I don't know. I don't know. This is making me think this feels like a PR stunt, and it's making me think like they would want this sort of a break. It doesn't feel like this was a true act of love because we've had plenty of opportunities from this like couple in particular. That's not the vibes that they were giving. They were giving all types of shit. Even in his entire book. Like, remember he had that book and he was doing like all the press and like everything that the book gave was like, hey, what's up, Jasmine? Everything the book gave was still like even more scandal, but people were like, oh shit, like that's kind of wild to say. So it just,
People were talking about the book. There's an excerpt, or at least a part of not excerpt, but there's a part of the book where he talks about most of his life he felt like a coward. He talks about it because his mom was a victim of domestic violence, and he was saying that during that time he did nothing. Right. Listen, I think this is just me personally. I could be 100% off. Personally, I think that what we're watching with Will potentially is a mental breakdown. I listen. We're gonna do the show Wednesday. We're gonna get more in depth to it with the full crew. I want to talk to the ladies about this and see how they feel. Jasmine, I see you in here. Let us know how you feel about this as well. Me personally, I think that woman, his wife, has taken him over the last 2 years publicly on a hell of a roller coaster ride, bro.
just
She
imagine.
talked about she talked about on the Red Table Talk how like for the longest time like how she didn't know how to tell him he wasn't good in bed. Like that's embarrassing, bro. You ain't got to be. You know what I'm saying? And look, maybe some people saying, well, she just talking about it. Okay, fine, but that could have been again. You out here messing with other, what I'm saying, openly. Everybody knows our business now, right? This dude making songs about you. He. No matter what Will says, when he went on that Red Table Talk, he was looking crazy as hell. His facial expressions, bro.
Yeah. No, the energy was total, like his energy was in another space. Like he was going through some shit. But that's why I feel like right now is something up with him. Something's going on. Which, and this seemed like a moment to be able to say, let me help clean that up. Like, let me help me. On top of that, like, on the night that I'm most likely going to get this fucking Oscar, I need to double down. And you
Yeah,
know
I feel
what?
like,
Me and
yeah.
Will Smith have a lot of, like, the same placements, like, in our chart. And I'm telling you, if I would think like this, I'm telling you, he's probably thinking, huh, what could I do? If this is how they're coming, like everything I'm reading, all the fucking headlines in my name. Like, okay, what the fuck? Call this person. Who do I need to call? Like, Oscar's board. We need to get some shit together to where not only am I winning this, but I'm also getting like my glory back on this night. Period.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Jasmine, let me know what you mean by that, Jasmine. Jasmine says we are watching in real time a man grow as a human. That's interesting. Expound if you want to. Could you expound on that? I think that's interesting because I don't.
And it's very interesting because this happens for Will Smith, but like Kanye West is the belligerent, crazy, wild ass person. Like for me, I feel like that's bro. It's like this just seems like stunning.
mm, yeah, no,
But like people
I'm
want to
with you.
call like yay crazy as hell and wild and all this shit. That's why I'm like that's truly like what we're watching that situation. It's a beautiful and like not only like the shit is showing like the numbers are showing like he's doing phenomenal. All his shit is going up. It's all wrong. But like white people think he's crazy, so black people are like, okay, maybe he is a little crazy. And now white people are saying, oh no, that was amazing, that was beautiful, we support it. And like black people say, okay, maybe that was like what love was like.
Hey, no, to your point though, Lionel, that's interesting though with the comparisons. A lot of people are comparing Ye and Chris Rock. I'm sorry, and Will Smith right now. Listen, I got some issues with some of the stuff that Ye was putting out, right? But to be fair, Ye is just talking and putting out tweets. Again, I'm from a generation that says sticks and stones, right? So, people talking, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Where I come from and how I grew up, you can talk and say whatever you want to say over there. You know what I'm saying? But when you start putting your hands on me, listen, I subscribe to Malcolm X's theory when it comes to people putting their hands on me. Malcolm X said, I'm not that they're like, we don't, that he said, we're talking about the Muslims, that we don't start nothing, but we teach our people that if you put your hands on me, it's my job to make sure that you never put your hands on anybody else again. Right? That's the school that I come from. Right?
We're on the same page.
You know
I'm
what I'm
like
saying?
that kind of person too. But remember on that one episode I was saying like about the ex and like, oh yeah, we just at a party or whatever. Like, oh yeah, on the boat party, she got a bathing suit on or something like, or you got like that mole, you still like that mole or something. It's like I'm not gonna like that's not gonna be like a scuffle or a conflict. Well, because it's not. But like the shit that is. It's like once the line is crossed. But I guess to everyone like the line is lies in different place. I guess that's what it is.
Okay, so let's holler at Jasmine. Okay, so Jasmine put up a series of comments. We appreciate you, Jasmine. Thank you for being here. Hopefully, you come back Wednesday and tap in with us again. We're gonna be back at our regular time on Wednesday. Jasmine said, "I feel like he's human. He slapped the guy. He apologized. People go through things in their marriage. At the end of the day, he defended his wife. Maybe a slap was a lot, but he apologized." She said that Jada was dating people and Will was dating people. But we are stuck on Jada. Why? And then she finished it up with saying sometimes niggas need to get slapped. My opinion. Now listen,
But
I
okay,
definitely
you feel
agree.
like he needs to get slapped though. That's the sentiment. You feel like Chris Rock actually needs to get slapped. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you got Jane too, Jada. Yeah. Like, cause look at her. The matter of the fact is, she has a shaved head. Apparently, Jane she was bald. Like, what? He never said like, Jada, if you're well enough, if Alopecia gonna take you out, all we can do is be out there too. Like that could have been like it could have gone so much nasty, and we've seen comedy go that way. And like he said, hey, wait, no, that was nice. Like what? Like I don't know. So that was just weird. And then like just comparing the two things, we gotta be careful when you start trying to tell people what to say, because that's controlling as fuck. Like know how you feel, right? Like know how you feel. Like you got a mouthpiece to respond, like, hey, that might have been too much. Like I said, he had the platform. He won the Oscar and gave an entire speech, cried down. Like you have the platform to be able to like say, get your shit off too. But if you get into another ball game and you start trying to tell people, like, okay, you can't say this shit. Or like, okay, like yeah, like don't got Instagram now because people don't like what he's saying. Like this is controlling as shit. And we actually live in a space where it's very important to be liberated in what you say, because there are truly places where you can't say shit. Like you will be off, head off, or locked up. Like you can't say certain shit. So like to be able to have the blessing to be able to get the fuck out there, I'm expressing myself. And like then somebody is just like gonna run up on me now. Like that's not okay. Unless the person like this scared, like fighting words with will, right? And those are not fighting words. Bottom line.
Jasmine, I would love your opinion on the question that's on the screen. So, based on what you said, let me ask you, Jasmine: has our society outgrown comedians? Right? Because listen, I don't necessarily disagree. I would push back a little bit on what you said about Jada was dating people and Will was dating people, but why are we stuck on Jada? I would my response to that would be because Jada's the one that put it out there.
Like Will kept his house alive. Was able
Yeah.
to at least.
Yeah, like Jada is the one. Listen, Lionel is funny because Lionel has been very consistent when it comes to Will and Jada. Lionel has been fed up with this topic for a while now, right? Because Lionel is like, why do they keep inviting us into their business, right? So to Lionel's point, this whole thing is because Jada brought us into it. We would have never known. You know what I'm saying? Jada made us a part of all of this entanglement business. She brought that word to the lexicon, right? Will wasn't going around talking about this. Jada brought that out. So that's
And
why.
even then, look at Beyonce, Hov, Solange. They threw the fuck down on the elevator. And we don't know what the fuck that was about. We don't know what the fuck. Truly, we don't know that tea. And that's because like they were intentional about that. And I don't know. So when the shit is feeling like this, it's just a mess from top to bottom. I feel like now is like a moment of cleaning it up. Not to say like hypothetically, of course, somebody disrespects your woman on like off of those shit, like you run up. Absolutely, but that's disrespectful. But that wasn't too disrespectful in my opinion. And I am that kind of person. Like I'll be looking for this shit. I'm a fireman time. Like totally like, hey, don't step on my toes. Like you know. But I just feel like that was very like but a great opportunity to take some shit up and then get your ass schooled and get the fuck out of there. And hopefully it gets some glory.
Okay, and Jasmine said regarding the question on the screen, no, I don't feel like we have outgrown comedians. I believe majority of comedians understand that some people may be offended by the slightest joke. Listen, I'm with you on that. But if now the new president, because everybody was cheerleading what Will did, I think the new president is that if you're offended, it might be okay to go up and smack him, a motherfucker. And listen, I agree with you too, Jasmine. I'm old school. I'm a man of a certain age. I do believe that motherfuckers need to be slapped sometimes. I think that's one of the worst problems in society, that not enough motherfuckers were slapped or got slapped when they was younger. So I'm with you. I think motherfuckers do need to get slapped every now and again. It's all right to slap a motherfucker. But with that being said, if you slap somebody and they shoot you, I don't know if they wrong for that. Right? I can't tell them how to react to that slap. You feel me?
Because it's physical now.
Yeah.
And people don't even fight anymore. Like, so now it's just a whole other conversation and it's pointless. And like, we actually are trying to avoid like bullshit, like fighting and violence. Because people are really out here living their lives. Like, okay, after that, they in the parking lot, like, that's some like, you might see this person in the parking lot. Thank God this is on the fucking Oscar stage, but it's just like so pointless. And then to be such an example, I feel like that was out of brand, like I mean, like not only out of character, but off brand for him, and like be such an example. It was just awesome.
Right. Let me ask the second question. I got another. Listen, I gotta go here, Lionel, because this is what I do. Is Will Smith a simp? I gotta ask the question. I'm just asking. I'm not saying here. I'm just asking the question. Is Will Smith a simp? I gotta ask the question, bro. I have to. It's my job to be objective.
I really don't know. Potentially though, but I don't know. He gives a lot of different energies. I'm surprised he's still giving different energies. That's all he is. Different stuff. I don't know. I feel like, I think he's a lot more calculated than people think. For real.
I'm with you, Jasmine. Jasmine said that people make mistakes in the heat of the moment. I totally agree. Right? It's a lot of people.
You think the slap was real?
That's a good question, because I still got questions about the slap. But to Jasmine's point, people make mistakes in the heat of the moment. Listen, there's a lot of people in prison for a long time because they made a mistake in the heat of the moment. That's just the reality, right? I agree with you. But, like, there's consequences to those mistakes sometimes, right? He went up and slapped the man. And then, first of all, let me ask y'all this, because we got to go here. Let's get to the racial component of this. Because I see the black community, and I don't mind it. A lot of people, it seems like the majority are riding with Will Smith that he was in the right. That's fine. But let me just go through the series of events. Will Smith was able to walk on stage, smack a nigga, sit back down, get an award, and give a speech, and then go to after parties, right? That's just what happened. Would we have been okay if a white actor had gotten up, smacked the shit out of Chris Rock, was able to then sit down, right, and do everything that Will Smith did? I think the energy would have been different. That's just my personal opinion. You feel me? If it was, I don't know, whatever white actor that was in that category had felt that Chris Rock had offended his wife or whoever, and now he got up, smacked the shit out of Chris Rock, and then because look, a lot of people are saying, "Yo," to your point, Lionel, if that's the baby or if that's somebody else, if that's who plug in your favorite rapper, motherfuckers would have been like, "Yo, this nigga need to be arrested, fam. Fuck is going on? You can't get up and slap people. Fuck out of here."
There's the people that like people love to love, and the people that like people love to hate. Even so, if you like other one, if like they love to love, you might have a little bit more wiggle room. If you like they love to hate you, then like it's like the episode of SpongeBob when like SpongeBob was just like mopping the fucking floor, and they was like, "Whoa!" And then the crowd goes crazy. Then Squidward was like really the one that was there to perform, and then like he would just put his arm out and it would be like throwing tomatoes. It's just like yeah, so it kind of is that kind of a vibe. Like, are you the one that they love to love or that they love to hate? So,
Jasmine got the smoke tonight. Jasmine said, "Yes, if Pete Davidson slapped Kanye on stage, he will still be able to go out."
okay, so that's like Pete Davidson deserves to get slapped by Kanye.
See, I don't think anybody. See, listen again. If they want to get physical, listen. I keep telling folks, if you slap somebody, I can't control how they respond to that slap. They may
And see, I
respond
get
with,
the whole sentiment of the people, which is like, okay, defend your wife. But the thing is, like, let it be fighting words. And you let somebody take a picture and some bullshit and, like, okay, yeah, I'm in the wife with your bed, right? In bed with your wife right now. Those are fighting words. Those actually are fighting words.
are they though, Lionel? They're getting divorced. Like, they're getting
Those are
divorced.
fighting words.
But they're getting divorced. It's not like they still together. I can see if they were still together, but they're
But it's
getting
like the
divorced.
intention of saying, like, yeah.
Oh, don't get it fucked up. It was a low blow. He did
Like,
this
that's
shit.
actually
He was,
intentional. Like, so I'm just saying there's
oh
different,
yeah.
like, that's actually, like, ill intent.
Listen, he was popping his
Like, you
collar on
might
that
actually be
nigga.
able
Don't
to
get
get
it
your
fucked
ass
up.
popped based on that, for real, you know?
Yeah, don't get it fucked up. He did the shit to.
Brought her dumb ass back home.
He was talking shit. Let me play this though. Here's what it's funny because I got this. Here's an old clip, and I immediately thought about this clip when Will Smith did what he did. This is an old clip on YouTube. Hold on. I don't even know. This is a dude from New York. The background of this clip, in case y'all don't know, this dude and his lady were going through whatever, and she was like messing with a new dude now, right? And dude basically like broke into the crib and like charged the new dude up. Here goes this clip. This is what I thought of when I
Broke into the
first heard Will. When Will slapped him and walked off, I was like, "Oh, is this real?" This is what I thought about. Here we go. Let me play this for y'all.
Yeah, look at me, homie. I cut my hair not too long ago. My name Legend. They call me New York. I know who the fuck you are, nigga. I know who the fuck you are, nigga. That don't mean shit to me. This is my motherfucking woman. This is my house. You see the picture still here? It's my mama and my aunt, nigga. Everything in here, me, nigga. Reap Legend, Master Chief, motherfucker. 6-star, concrete motherfucking general. Everything in here, reap me, nigga. You prepared to die for that pussy? I am. So get the fuck up out of here. Fuck you. Fuck your child, nigga. I'll bury you in that motherfucker. Now what you gonna do? I'm with it, nigga. I'm a goon. I'm giving you a pass. Get the fuck up off my motherfucking house. You know, a woman going through some shit. We going through some shit. With your weird ass, you gonna get the fuck up off my house. This is an alpha male right here, nigga. This is an alpha male. Learn me. I'm from the streets of Harlem, New York City. I'm gonna kill for what's mine.
There you go. Listen, that nigga said, "I'm gonna die about that pussy, nigga." Hold on, you on mute, Lionel. You muted.
Oh my god, yes, it's taking me out.
That nigga said, "Nigga, I'm gonna die about that pussy, nigga." You heard him? Shit. That nigga's crazy, bro.
Because I am. He was crazy, but he needs to start seeing. You need to just swing. Those are all fighting words. You need to just at that point you need to swing it.
Okay, Jasmine believes that if a white guy would have smacked a black guy, he could have got away without going to jail. I believe that too, Jasmine, but I believe the response from the black community would have been a lot different. That's my point. Because right now, I think if you took a poll, I think it's probably 80-20 in favor of what Will Smith did in the black community. My point is, if that's a white actor that did that to Chris Rock, would it still be that 80-20? That's my point. I think if that was a white actor the exact same scenario, but that's a white actor, I wonder if it would be still that 80-20 split in favor of him slapping Chris Rock. That was my point behind that, right? I don't know, right? Because it would be a lot of racial undertones at that point. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think shit could get real misconstrued. So listen, it was an interesting night. It was a very, very interesting night, bro. And I don't know. That's a good point, though. I'm with you, Jasmine. I do feel like people are being a little too harsh. Listen, that's why we wanted to have this. That's why I wanted to do this tonight. We're gonna do this again on Wednesday. I'm sure we're gonna talk about this some more. Matter of fact, we are gonna talk about this some more on Wednesday night. Because I understand both perspectives, right? And let me know how you feel, Lionel. But this is how I feel. I'm just gonna put myself at a comedy show. And if a comedian jokes on my wife, and I think it's funny initially, because I do believe that initially Will Smith is laughing, but I look over at her and she feels a type of way. Okay, number one, now I got to check myself because damn, I fucked up. Why am I laughing? I didn't understand. Maybe I missed something in, with her. And then now I gotta, understand what's going on in this. I need to first check on her, right? Yo, so did Will understand? Because Will's laughing initially. Did he understand that she was that affected by the alopecia situation, right? And then I need to know if Will and Chris have any type of a relationship. I'm gonna assume they do because Black Hollywood is pretty small. So I'm not saying that they are like best friends, but I'm sure that they are cordial, right? So then the question remains: could he have hollered at Chris Rock in the commercial break? Right? Could he have went backstage and be like, yo, Rock, what up, bro? And like, could he have cornered him backstage? And if Chris Rock talked crazy, then maybe you put hands on him then if he talked crazy, right? If he like, yeah, nigga, fuck you. Yeah, I said it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, now we smack this nigga, right? But if Chris Rock is like, yo, my fault, bro, I ain't even know. Okay, now you talk, you know what I'm saying? And y'all move forward, you know what I'm saying? And like you said, Lionel, now when you get your award, that's your platform to be like, yo, there was a joke. Okay, I'll give you an example. The Source Awards, when the famous Come to Death Row comments by Suge Knight, right? Diddy didn't bum rush the stage. When they won an award later that night, people never show this. People always say, because it's a cool clip. Hey man, Come to Death Row, right? But when Diddy won an award later that night, he said, yo, I'm the producer that those comments were made about earlier, right? And he addressed the shit. He was like, yo, I'm here for, this and that, positivity, love. You know what I'm saying? He addressed it. So he could have addressed that shit in his acceptance speech or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, my wife suffers from alopecia. Chris Rock is a comedian. I like Chris as a comedian, but I felt like he was out of line because of this, and this. And we could have, to me, a much better conversation. But when you put your hands on somebody, we still don't know what's going to come of this. Because from what I know, Chris Rock's brother, Tony, here's what I've always heard, is that Chris Rock is the celebrity. He's the cool dude. I've always heard that Tony Rock is with the shits. That's what I've always heard, right? So is Tony Rock going to run up on this nigga when he see this nigga now, right? I don't know. You know what I mean? But you open yourself up for that, is what I'm saying. Yeah, you feel me? You open yourself up for that now. You know what I mean? Because now Chris Rock having to sit down with Oprah now? Like, he does have a special coming up. I think he got a tour coming up with Kevin Hart. He got some material now. You feel me?
Thanks, yeah.
It's interesting. It's very, very, very interesting, though. Do you think, let me ask this part of the question, Lionel. If it's a white comedian, do you think that Will runs up on stage still?
That's interesting, for real. Probably not. Right, I don't think so.
Right? If it's a white comedian, does he run up on stage? You feel me?
No, mine just natural responses now.
Yeah. I would agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I'm still thinking, was this real? Like, I'm still like, I don't even know that this was actually a moment. Oh
no, Jasmine, don't get it twisted. I'm not throwing away Will Smith. Listen, I'm with you. She said I can't throw away all of his addition to the culture because he slapped a nigga. I'm with you. Fuck that. No, Will
No, he
Smith
got
still
his
a legend.
Oscar still. He literally just got his
Yeah,
Oscar. He got canceled. That was just like
he
the weird
literally
thing
made
about
a
people.
movie called I Am Legend, right? And I agree, he is fucking legend, right? Don't get it twisted. I fuck with Will heavy. But listen, me personally, I think that he was out of line. That's just me. I personally think he was out of line in this one. That's what I personally think, right? With that being said, no, his contribution is his contribution. I will say this though. It is ironic that his sitcom, that is now a dramatic series, the genesis of the sitcom, right, is that he's playing basketball and shit kind of goes left, right? And he gets into a physical altercation, and now he has to leave because those niggas that he got into a physical altercation with, they are with the shits, right? And he has to leave. That's ironic to me, right? That's what that whole series is about. People forget that. I know the song is cool in West Philadelphia, born. I know the song is dope, right? But the song is talking about that he gets into it with a dude and he needs to fucking, his mama's like, yo, you gotta fucking get up out of here because these niggas is with the shits. You know what I'm saying? You gotta move, bro. You know what I mean? So, there's some, I don't know, bro. Let me ask you this, Lionel. Did he get trapped in the Richard Williams character?
I don't know, really,
You
because
don't
I
think
don't know that. I don't really relate. I don't have that reference point, like honestly. So,
so? The Richard Williams character, right? A big
mhm.
part of Richard Williams was that he took his daughters when they were first coming up, had a lot of disrespect from the media and from the tennis world itself. He didn't take shit at all. He went in on everybody, right? At the drop of a hat, he was going in on motherfuckers.
Yeah, and see, I've never seen that movie either.
I have not seen it either, but I know Richard, and he went in on motherfuckers the long way. He didn't play that shit about his girls. If somebody said anything that could be misconstrued, he took that shit the wrong way and just ran with it. Right? So you remember a few years, well, I guess a long time ago now, people talked about who's the guy that played the Joker. What the fuck was his name? They said that he got trapped inside of that character. What the fuck was his name? Oh fuck, Heath Ledger that played the Joker a few years
Yeah,
ago,
sure.
and they said that he got trapped inside of that character and never got out. Right? I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. Did Will get trapped inside of King Richard? Is he taking on the King Richard persona now? Jasmine said that a white comedian wouldn't have made a joke about her hair. Jasmine also said, I feel like the character influenced his outlook of how he protects his family. I totally agree with that. I do want to watch that movie. And I agree with you on that. But let me ask you this though, Jasmine, right? Because I agree. I do believe that had an effect on him, that particular movie. But once you go to this place and you talked about a white comedian wouldn't have made that joke about the hair. People are giving Chris Rock a lot of shit about saying that he was out of bounds because as a black man, he made a joke about black women and their hair, right? People forget Chris Rock did a whole documentary called Good Hair. He did a whole documentary specifically about black women's hair. He did a whole fucking documentary about this shit, right? So I mean, damn, are we gonna throw away Chris Rock? You know what I'm saying? He literally made a documentary about black woman's hair. I think for whatever reason, people aren't giving him the benefit of the doubt.
I'm
I
even
don't
putting
know.
myself in this situation. Like, if I'm in that, like, the most, and I like the more, because if I laugh at the joke, especially if I find it funny, because I will just laugh. It's natural. But then if I look over and see, oh, well, she didn't think I was funny, but oh, shit, okay. Like, let me regroup and probably not laugh, and then, like, lean over, give her a kiss, and just, like, that's it. We keep it pushing. It's not like, oh, shit, like, what? No. That's a lot of energy. Like, that's crazy.
Right, right,
And it's
right,
not there's no threat anywhere. It's like that's a lot of energy for like genuinely like the
right.
fact that she was a little bothered, okay, then comfort her. Like, okay, give her a kiss. All right, okay.
Yeah,
Shout
I
her
think
out
that
during your speech. Did he shout her out during his speech?
I don't remember. I do have his speech pulled up, but I don't. It's long though. But he just in his speech, in my opinion, um, um, you're not gonna get banned, Jasmine. We allow everybody to talk their shit. You do you. Um, in his speech, to me, he kind of was all over the place. That's just in my opinion. In his speech, he kind of went all over the place. He kind of got to his speech is like literally like 6 minutes long. This nigga just starts rambling in my. He's crying the whole time. I don't know. It was a weird space. It was a weird space. The energy was very, and the irony of that whole shit is that Chris Rock was there to give a award out for the best documentary, who was given to a black man, Questlove, right? And nobody even knows that Questlove. All we know is the slap. You know what I'm saying? So it really overshadowed the whole event. That's why I thought this shit had to be staged, because that overshadowed. Yeah, like if next year they have Chris Rock and Will Smith hosting the Oscars together, come on now. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, think about it. When was the last time anybody talked about the Oscar awards? Never, right? Nobody talks about that shit. So I don't know, man. It was a lot. I think that Will is going through. I agree with Jasmine. I think I'll use the phrase, and he's going through a transformation, right? I think we all grow from experience. I think that he's had a rough few years of the media, of just regular people, right? And in his relationship, I think that he's probably had some come to Jesus, so to speak, moments. So he's growing, right? And he's evolving. But I do want to touch on. I don't want to go too deep without the ladies of the show being here. So Wednesday we'll get further, because I do want to talk about Jada. I just don't want to talk about Jada without black women present, because I want their honest opinion, and I want them to potentially check me if I get out of bounds, because I got some very harsh criticisms, I think, about Jada. I'm with you. They do have to do a skit together, right? Yeah, I mean, listen, it is something deeper. Jasmine said, Will Smith never acts out of character. It is something, Jasmine, I truly believe that Will is in a space where he, he reached a breaking point. I think we all have been there before, to where like you just have to scream and yell. You know what I'm saying? You just reach a fucking breaking point, and you just need, like, you know what? You know what I mean? Like, I need to punch something. I need to punch somebody. You know what I'm saying? This shit is too crazy. I think he reached that spot, and it just happened to be at the Oscars. It is what it is.
And I don't know what it would take, but first of all, it would take something to convince me that this wasn't scripted and that this was like an actual slap. This actually happened. And because that's really where I'm stuck at. Like, to even go so much further into that conversation is crazy, because I don't even really feel like this was a genuine moment. That's why I feel like it was scripted.
Yeah, I'm with you. I can definitely listen. When I saw this, my first reaction is that this ain't real.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't real.
I was knocked out, and it's like, so Tamira told me about it. I was thinking, oh wow, crazy, that's insane. And then like the next day, which was this morning, then I actually like saw footage, and I was thinking, oh wow, this actually does not look like okay.
Yeah, no. Hey, listen, we appreciate you, Jasmine. We just wanted to have the conversation tonight.
Yes.
No, the slap was, listen, it was a hell of a slap. Let's not get it twisted. The slap was there. Let's play it one more time for the people in the back. God damn it. He walked up, slapped the shit out of this nigga. I think Lionel would agree though that at the beginning this nigga is laughing though. Don't get it twisted. Hold on, let me bring it back. Hold on. Here we go. Let's go.
Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? that was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Uh-oh, Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
My wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television.
Hilarious. Nigga said that was the greatest night in the history of television. He didn't know what to say. Yeah. Lupita's face in the background, Lupita's like, oh, this shit just got real. Lupita, you could tell that she thought this was a part of the show. And she's like, oh, this is not a part of the show. She's like, these niggas is crazy. Lupita said, niggas is wilding in here. But a lot of people, let me say this, because I don't want to say this without, before we end the show tonight, because I want to get to this. A lot of people said that this stems back to a few years ago when Will and Jada wanted to when they did boycott the Oscars. This is, remember when they had the hashtag Oscars so white, and Will and Jada wanted to boycott it. I forgot, this is maybe 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, maybe, when Will had he played an amazing role for the doctor with the CTE shit with the NFL players and all. I forgot what it was called, the name of that movie, but he did an amazing job in that movie. And he was not nominated, and they came with the whole Oscar so white thing. And Chris Rock hosted that year, and he made a joke talking about Jada Pinkett, because Jada Pinkett was saying, you know, she's not going to the Oscars. And Will was like, you ain't even made no movie. I mean, sorry, Chris Rock was like, you ain't even made no movies. Like, you on a TV show. They don't give Oscars for that. He was like, he said Jada Pinkett not boycotting the Oscars is like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. He's like, I wasn't invited, right? I wasn't invited to them panties. How can I boycott some shit I wasn't even invited to, right? So, you know, a lot of people are saying that like they had heat going back to then, but you know, listen, bro, it's a fucking joke. You know, I mean, comedians are gonna joke about topical shit that everybody is aware of. You know what I'm saying? Like, would he have been out of bounds if he made a joke about entanglements? If he would have made a joke about entanglements with Will and Jada, would that have been out of bounds? Because again, they put that shit out there. So I don't know, man. I don't know what the line is. I do want to continue this conversation.
It's gotta be like Dave Chappelle, like standing your shit. Like Dave Chappelle, like obviously had the whole transgender like community like coming for his neck and coming for Netflix's neck, and he stood 10 toes on like his joke, because like if there's no ill intent, it was just a joke. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Like these are comedians. Like I don't know what these people are talking about.
These are comedians, and this, first of all, people are acting like, no, that can't be staged. I'm like,
that's actually really out of line when I think about it. Like, to get on stage and stop the show of a comedian, that's crazy.
And to the people that saying that this can't be staged, I'm like, they're like, no, that wasn't no acting. I'm like, you do realize he just won the fucking Oscar. He's a really good actor.
They both are phenomenal actors.
Yeah, he's a really good actor.
Like, that's what you have. That was my first thing I was thinking. At first, it didn't look that real, and then they would be able to pull that shit off.
Yeah.
All the way back to the chair, like, keep my name, keep my wife's name. Like, he ate that shit. Give him another Oscar.
Yeah, he said, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. Listen. I think he could have, if he would have just said that without getting up on stage and smacking dude, to me, that would have still been considered quote unquote gangster. If he'd have been like, yo, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth, right? Now, I would have been like, yo, this nigga's bugging, but you know, I would have been like, yo, nigga, check this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. Now, I would have said that nigga was a bit sensitive, but you know, you're not touching nobody. You know what I'm saying? Once you go there, you're crossing lines. But all right, we're gonna get up out of here for the night. Appreciate you, Lionel, for pulling up, man, having this conversation tonight. We're gonna be back Wednesday night. We're gonna be back Wednesday night, same bad time, same bad channel. Y'all know what it is. How we give it up every single Wednesday night, 8:35 Central. We're gonna do this, man. I'm sure we are gonna talk about this. I'm sure we're gonna talk about protecting Black women, all of that stuff on Wednesday night, man. We're gonna have the full crew here. We're gonna get it in. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And thank everybody out there, man. We are now over 1,000 subs to the channel. We definitely appreciate y'all, man. We hit that milestone over the weekend. So thank y'all, man. Everybody's been amazing with sharing the show. I've been out here doing like hand to hands, like it's the early 90s, late 80s selling crack. I've been out here hand to hand. Like I see people that I think might be interested in the show. I'm running up on them like, yo, holla at me on this show. Yeah, we got a podcast. We talk about this and that. Like, yeah. Hit subscribe. I'm taking people's phone and pushing subscribe for them. You know what I'm saying? So thank y'all, man, that's been rocking with us. We're going to have this conversation. We'll continue this on Wednesday. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with us. Shout out to the whole crew, man. Hit us up on our Facebook, on our Instagram, and our IG @_nostrings. We're going to be doing the damn thing, man. Tap in with us for the full show Wednesday night, man. We're going to holler. Thank y'all.